Yeah, she's got a little bit of metal flakes in her. So, draining that oil out of here so I can pull this oil pan and get a better idea of what we're dealing with here as far as main bearing, rod bearing, if it's worth saving, can it be saved, that whole story. So we'll check back in a few. All right, I am back. Kind of sprayed everything off up there just to get some of that crap out of the way and let it drip a little bit just so it wasn't constantly dripping my face. Came back, decided that I guess when I had this thing running, I felt like it was number one, the front cylinder that was knocking. So that's the one I pulled because I felt like that's where all the noise was coming from, or at least the worst one. So don't pay attention to my little stuff here, but I was correct. This is the number one rod. Look at that. It was actually spun around to the top bearing. It would just spin around. Look how mushroomed out, and look at that. That is horrible. Now, granted, say I haven't torn down a bunch of motors that have had excessive damage or anything like that, but golly. So apparently they had to keep running it and driving it for a while, and I think it was probably, and this is number 6. I think maybe it wasn't too bad in the beginning. See, now this doesn't look bad. So there's your bearing size. So let me put you up here. I want to say that it probably wasn't too bad in the beginning. Oh, sorry about that. Hands are still a little oily. But I guarantee you they kept running it. And it just got worse and worse, and they finally quit. So I'm gonna see if you can, a 1/16 of an inch. That is on the number 6. That doesn't look that bad, and still has eligible readings. Yeah. So needless to say, this thing is cooked, because I don't think there's going to be any polishing out of the crank to get it to where, I mean, you might be able to, it's all just kind of rough. You want to see if there's like anything you can catch your nail on. I mean, I guess your nail is pretty much dragging all across that just because it's so rough. So I don't know that smoothing it out and doing a larger bearing, and just, you'd probably have to do couple different sets of bearings in it just to get it close, or maybe turn into something. I don't really know 100%, but it's a shame that it's killed that bad. And you know, like I said, kind of kept driving it, I think, to get it to that point. So unfortunately, I think this new remanned engine with very low miles on it is probably your next boat anchor. If If anybody is looking for a boat anchor, hit me up. I could probably sell you one pretty cheap. Anyways, just filling you in on that part and what I found with the bearings. That's the only two I took off. I don't know if I'm even gonna take off anymore or what I'm gonna do at this point. That was just the next step in figuring out what was wrong with this thing or how bad it was. Because, I mean, I believe this is a 91. And the frame and everything looks good. It's got one little spot right here starting, and that's it. So, anyways, I'll kind of mow around a few ideas in my head in the meantime. But for now, I think she's just kind of is what it is. It's done for, in my opinion. Maybe somebody else has a better opinion or knowledge on all this stuff that can steer me in another direction. But for now, that's it for the Jeep. Check you guys later. And if you didn't see the video on the 66 C10 panel truck, go check it out. And the usual, like and subscribe, that good stuff. If you'd like, we'd appreciate it. I know I would. Yeah, check you guys later. All right, back with just a quick update. I got to thinking last night, and I thought maybe if I took some emery cloth and kind of cleaned that up a little bit on the crank best I could, and then just throw some new bearings back in that number one, and just seeing how well it did, just because the bearings are cheap and it's a part, and thought maybe it'd be good for, you know, on somebody's property, something like that, still be useful. But yeah, I just got curious. I took the bearings off of the back number 6 that I had, and I put them up in here and just rotated a little bit back and forth just to see kind of where it was at for an idea. And let me see, I squeeze you in here. No, it's, there we go. That's how bad it is as far as the wear and tear and how much they probably drove it and the clearance. That's with the other bearings that were in it that should be what I could put back in it if there wasn't an issue. It's like they were 20 over from the get-go, but because I thought about stepping it up, you know, going to a 30 over or something. I guess I still probably could, but good Lord, that is a lot of slack. So still playing around with ideas, just something to, like I said, it's new or reman Jasper with very low mileage. So I was just gonna see if I could get something going that would save it for a little bit longer. Like I said, maybe up in the woods on somebody with some property or farm or something, for a little bit. I don't know, I'm just throwing out ideas, throwing out things that may possibly get it to last a little bit longer or something like that, besides just pulling out the crank or straight up replacing the crank, because that's, you know, complete tear down, all that good stuff. So just seeing if I can throw a couple bearings in it and make it last a little bit longer, something like that. So that's kind of where it's at with that thing. So I'm gonna keep poking around a little bit. We'll let you know. Alright, quick video real quick. I've cleaned up the oil pan, kind of cleaned it out. Hit that stuff with an emery cloth, like you saw. I just wanted to show you guys, you know, the video before where it had so much play and clanking. It does not have any play now. I guess I have not tried to turn it yet. I don't know if I can do that one-handed without busting my knuckles. Oh, the crap, moving a little bit. Now that started to slip. I'll stop there. It moved, so it's not seized up in there. That may just, I don't know. I'm getting kind of excited. I think it might do it. I think it might be good. Like I said, I kind of cleaned it up towards smoother. I mean, it was nowhere near, you know, polished or, you know, super smooth. So yeah, let's get this pan on there. I gotta go order a filter and some oil real quick. All right, oil pan is back on. The new bearings are in. Just threw the battery in there. Got some oil in it, filter. We're ready to fire this thing off and see how this goes. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why. I mean, it's either gonna help it or not. I mean, it was pretty rough in the first place, of course, you know, with the bearings and the knock, all that good stuff. So I don't know, kind of excited. I hope it fixed it. Like I said, I don't expect it, you know, there's some kind of mileage or last time if it did go away or when it'll come back, anything like that. Like I said, it's more out of curiosity and just throwing a few dollars at it to see what would happen. Hey, all right, let's see. Come on, baby. See what you got. Let's see what you got. Might be loud right at first for oil pressure to build and all that, but fingers crossed. Okay. Bunch of clicking. Battery post not on there good. Should be. Yeah. Battery should be good. Didn't touch the starter. I was able to get it all off without messing with it, so come on now. You heard the packing. I was like, damn, it didn't do nothing. Look at that. Quiet as can be. Holy shit. That is crazy. I cannot believe it's that quiet. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that, honestly. Of course, you heard it when it first started up because there wasn't oil pressure built. Had the fan off, did all that stuff. Had to get the oil filter filled up, stuff like that. But it took it a second, and I figured, dang, it didn't help it at all. But then just picked up that oil pressure and quieted it right down, almost like it never happened. Holy crap, guys, I can't believe that worked. Like I said, I don't know how long it's gonna last. And of course, it just ran there for, 30 seconds. I'm gonna check the oil level again and then start it up and maybe give her a few revs. That kind of blows my mind. Alright. Man, oh man. That was kind of crazy. Especially if that holds up over time. I cannot really see where the oil level is at on this. It's so clean. Okay, I think I need to add about half a quart here. All right. Now let me know what you guys think about this. Did you expect it to not knock after seeing what you saw on those things and just putting a 30 over and hitting it with the Emerald off? Would you expect that to do what it did? I guess. I'm surprised, honestly. Once again, I guess I need to contain my excitement a little bit. Did only run for about 30 seconds, so. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on that. And I'm gonna fire this thing back up. I don't know if you heard that or not a little bit whenever I was revving it up and giving it gas. It sounded like it had a little piston slap to it. But sitting there idling and it's quiet. I think if you gave it the beans, you might have a little piston slap in there, but I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to drive it around the yard a little bit and see what happens, but I don't know, I kind of see that as a win, So, yeah. That's great. We'll let her warm up a little bit, back her out, and keep checking on her. That's all we can do. Appreciate you guys watching, checking it out, and I'll update anything if it ends up going south, anything like that. But right now, I'm calling that a win for what it was and what I invested in it, as far as time and money on this thing, just tinkering around. All right, until next time, check you guys later.